networking, would look at some inspiring real-life examples, and of course, we'll leave plenty of time for your questions and inquiries at the end. It's a packed agenda, but I promise you, you walk away with a clear roadmap to start building your professional reputation today. You start building your professional reputation today. So let's get started. Let's get started. All right, now let's start with a reality check. You see, there's a common myth in our profession. You see, many accountants believe that if they simply do good work, keep their heads down, and get their qualifications, their career will take care of itself. Essentially, they think my qualifications speak for themselves. Now, this approach focuses heavily on technical knowledge and certifications, which are, of course, important. But what is missing is the how people perceive your competence, how people perceive your credibility, how people perceive your professionalism. A famous quote by Susan Rowan sums it up perfectly. It's not just what you know or who you know, but who knows you. Take note of that quote. It's not just what you know or who you know, but who knows you. Very important quote. So think about it. If you weren't in the room, what would people say about you? Would they remember you for a specific skill? Would they describe you as insightful or reliable? Or just as maybe that quiet accountant in the corner? So this is the gap that personal branding breaches. Or this is the gap that personal branding fills. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, said, your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. This is very important to take note of. So what exactly is personal branding? Don't be intimidated by the word brand. It's not about being a celebrity or having a flashy logo. At its core, your personal brand is simply your professional reputation. Very simple. Your personal brand is simply your professional reputation. It is the unique combination of your knowledge, your skills, and your experience, packaged in a way that makes you memorable to others. It's your professional identity, what you are known for, and how people describe you when you're not in the room. So the key principle is key principle for you to remember here is, and I want you to really take this on board. The key principle for the principle I want you to remember here, and I really want you to take this on board, is that your brand is being created whether you are actively building it or not. Take note of that. Your brand is being created whether you are actively building it or not. Everything you do, every email you send, every meeting you contribute to, every interaction you have is contributing to your brand. So the question is not if you have a brand, but whether you are intentionally shaping it to reflect your best self. Please take note of that. I'll take that again. So your brand is being created whether you are actively building it or not. So in everything you do, in every email you send, every correspondence, every conversation you have in your organization, on LinkedIn, on every professional platform, every meeting you contribute to, every interaction you have is contributing to your brand. So the question is not if you have a brand, is whether you are intentionally building it, shaping it to reflect your best self. This is very important. Sorry, please, if you're coming in, kindly mute. I think I'm hearing myself. Somebody is not muted. Thank you. So if you're coming in for the first time, please just mute so that it won't keep re-echoing. So having spoken about your personal brand, I believe that resonates with you. Now, let's talk about your brand versus your reputation. Your brand versus your reputation. There is a key difference. Now, to truly understand this, you need to make an important distinction between your brand and your reputation. Actually, they are not the same thing. So think of your reputation as the result. is what others think of you based on your experiences and observations. It's influenced by what you do. It's influenced by what you do. But it's ultimately out of your direct control, actually. It's ultimately out of your direct control. Now, your brand, on the other hand, is how you present yourself. Your brand is how you present yourself. It's the narrative you create, and it's completely within your control. You see, your reputation is what people say about you, while your brand is what you want people to know about you. This is very important. Your reputation, I'll take that again, is what people say about you, while your brand is what you want people to know about you. You see, we build reputation through 4 key elements. Number 1, first impressions. The relationships we build, our credibility and our reliability. But your brand is built on the 6 elements of, number 1, your voice, your values, your content, your creativity, your personality, and your authenticity. You see, by intentionally shaping your brand, you are actually influencing your reputation. This is very important to take note of. So take note of these key differences as we move on in the conversation. Now, why is personal branding a matter? Why does it matter for accountants? So why should it matter to you? You see, in a profession known for its detailed-oriented and sometimes quiet nature like accountancy, how does personal branding provide an advantage? Now, let's look at the contrast. You see, without a personal brand, you risk being just another accountant. You're waiting for opportunities to find you. You are invisible in your organization and you are competing primarily for your qualifications. But we see with a strong brand, you become the go-to expert in your niche. You become the go-to expert in your niche. Opportunities start coming to you. You become visible and memorable, leading to accelerated career growth. So consider 2 hypothetical accountants, for example. As you can see on the screen, accountant A shares insights, contributes to discussions, and maintains a strong network. For example, very importantly on LinkedIn. Now, accountant B does excellent work, but remains largely invisible. Now, when a great new project or promotion comes up, who is the leadership team going to remember first? Let's be honest, it's going to be accountant A. You see, visibility is the critical component of success. Most of us that are on LinkedIn will understand that that professional platform is a platform where you share a lot of thoughts, you share a lot of ideas, you get a lot of ideas from people. This, my current employment, practically, I was reached out to on LinkedIn. That is visibility. If I was not on LinkedIn, there's practically no way I'll be reached out to for my personal job or my current job I'm doing. So your visibility, it's very important. In your workplace, in your community where you interact, in your faith-based organization, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian, your visibility is very important. I'm not talking of showing, I'm not talking of eye service now. Let people know you know. It's visibility in terms of impact, in terms of contribution, in terms of value, solving problems. That makes your brand very visible. And this is very important for you to take note of. Now, it's not just about being visible inside your own company or where you work. We are in a competitive job market. You must understand that. You see, statistics show that a majority of job seekers feel they need to put in extra effort to find opportunities. Now, many finance professionals leave roles due to career advancement concerns. And here is what is startling, or a startling fact. 43% of hiring managers have rejected candidates based on what they found on social media. Take note of this very important statistics. 43% of hiring managers have rejected candidates based on what they found out on social media. You go as a Christian maligning Muslims or other faiths, posting all kind of rubbish on Facebook, maligning the prophet, the great prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad, on social media. You go talk about people sporadically, making disparaging comments. You see, you are debranding and demarketing yourself. It's not every comment you make on social media. You go to Facebook, you see emotional post, you must comment. As a professional, that is a no-no. Or as a Muslim now, you go disparaging the Lord Jesus Christ, posting all kinds of insults. I mean, you're not being a professional. You know what? You're debranding yourself. You're demarketing yourself. You're telling the marketplace that you're a useless person. Permit me to use that word. If you go to my Facebook, you go to my LinkedIn page, Instagram, you never see me disparage a faith as a practicing Christian. I respect all faiths. Just the same way I want them to respect my faith. So as a professional, don't go on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You mustn't make all comments. There are posts you just read and pass. Now, for example, on LinkedIn, that's a professional platform. You never see me go and be posting Matthew 6:33, Psalm 1 verse 2 on LinkedIn. That is a wrong place to post scriptures. It's a professional platform. And this statistic is startling because 43%, like I said, of hiring managers reject candidates based on what they found on social media. So when they see religious bigots that post themselves as accountants, people that malign other people's faiths, you can't be a candidate for employment in that organization. So please take note of these things. You don't see every post and comment. I was talking to my senior. He just spoke on the platform, Mr. Abdurrahman Yusuf. We are both friends on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You never see us post any. We belong to the two different faiths. He is a Muslim, I'm a Christian, but we're quite close professionals. You never see us disparage any faith. Everything we do on every of those platforms are professional. That's how you behave. Behave professionally. Don't get emotional. You see somebody malign your faith, ignore it and pass. Let me tell you something about maligning people's faith. The more you provide very, very indiscriminate comments, the more you are marketing that faith. Let me tell you, you can't bring the faith down. Whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, the more you keep posting about that faith, the more you keep marketing it, it will keep growing. So you're wasting your time thinking you're bringing that faith down. And the worst thing you're doing is you're demarketing and destroying your brand, destroying your self-image before the populace. So it should never be found of you. 43%, like I said, of hiring managers have rejected candidates based on what they found on social media, the trash they post. So please be very careful. And here's the good news. You see, 20% of hiring managers have hired a candidate because of what they also saw on social media. Like I said, my current employment, Phillips Consulting, found me on social media and they were like, "Ooh, love your posts. Your post on risk, compliance, internal audit. We have an opportunity for you." And they started interviewing me. Now that is how to be a professional. Be objective. What you are on LinkedIn is to contribute to community, contribute to accountancy, contribute to your profession. That is it. Not being a religious bigot. Any small thing that tweaks your emotion, you post. You get angry, and that's not how to be emotionally intelligent. So 20% of hiring managers, like I said, have hired a candidate because of what they saw on social media. They saw a professional image, strong communication skills, and they employed the person. And I'm a beneficiary. I could state that categorically to you. So your online presence is a digital handshake. It can be your greatest asset or your biggest liability. So the choice is yours. The choice is really yours. All right, so how do we build a strong brand? Let's get quickly. Let's get quick and speak to some of these thoughts. How do you build a strong brand? We build it on a foundation of trust, which is the cornerstone of our profession. This is very important. We build our strong brand by a foundation of trust, which is the cornerstone of the accountancy profession. Very important. And I call these the 5 pillars of an accountant's personal brand. So first and foremost is your competence. This is your technical competence, your professional qualifications, your BSc, your MSc, your MBA, your ICANN, your ACC, whatever it is. This is your technical competence, your professional qualifications, and actually your commitment to continuous learning. You have to be good at what you do. Your competence, you have to be very good at what you do. You work at it. This is very important. Number two pillar, secondly, is your integrity. You see, for an accountant, ethics are non-negotiable. A reputation built over years can be destroyed in minutes. So your reputation is very important. Trust and credibility are our most valuable currencies as accountants. So integrity is non-negotiable. For an accountant, it's non-negotiable. Thirdly is your professional or professionalism. This is how you present yourself to the world. Your communication skills, your demeanor, the way you carry yourself. Your professionalism is very, very important. It's a fantastic pillar. Then fourthly is reliability. This is about consistently delivering on your promises. At your workplace and your community, wherever you engage yourself, you are being dependable. And following through is what builds deep trust with colleagues, with clients, with friends, with students, with community. Your reliability is very important, which is the fourth pillar. And number five is continuous learning. You see, the world of accounting is changing rapidly. Staying current with trends, technology, and professional development is essential to remaining very relevant. We have currently the AI, the move of AI going on. One of the great benefits I have from Mr. Abdurrahman Yusuf, FCA, is his professional contribution. He sees something and he tweaks it to me. Have you seen this AI? Claude AI, check it out, check it out. Have you seen this? You see, that continuous learning and a community and people that inspire you to be better should be what you drive at, should be your constant drive. You cling to people that make you better, that help you to learn better. Anytime I have a conversation with Mala Abdurrahman Yusuf or somebody like Mr. OM Amos, you see every day they make you want to go and learn and relearn and relearn and unlearn things. So your community is very important. They help you stay current with trends, with technologies, get you technically competent, professionally developed, and that's very essential in remaining relevant in our current accounting space. So these are the five pillars that form the bedrock of your brand. This is very important to take note of. All right, so we need to define your brand. Now let's get into the practical steps. The first step is to define your brand by finding the why. You define your brand by finding the why. Now, this starts with some deep self-reflection. Ask yourself some honest questions. What do I want to do for the rest of my career? This is very important to ask yourself. What do I want to do for the rest of my career? As an accountant or whichever field of accounting or area of specialization you find yourself, what do I want to do for the rest of my career? Very honest questions. Secondly, what topics in the profession am I most passionate about? What gets me excited? So for me, if you go to my platform, I'm very, very enthusiastic about internal audits. I'm enthusiastic about risk. I'm enthusiastic about compliance, internal controls. It turns me on. It gets me excited. I'm passionate about it. If you go to my wall on LinkedIn, everything you see is about risk, compliance, internal audits, external audits. Everything about audit thrills me. So find your own niche. Find what excites you. Find what you're passionate about. Then number three is what unique skills, you ask yourself, do I possess that others might not have? It's very important. You can leverage on that. You can build a niche around that. And most importantly, how do I want people to describe me? How do you want people to describe you? You see, these are deep self-reflection questions. Ask yourself some of these honest questions and write down the answers that come. So for example, if you're a financial analyst with a passion for the energy industry, you see your brand might become an insightful, strategy-oriented financial analyst with proven experience in the global energy industry. You're not just an analyst, you're the energy industry analyst. You're the energy industry analyst. So take note of that. So the first step is it starts with deep reflection. It starts with deep reflection. Now, the second step is to find your niche. You see, in the world full of generalists, Specialists stand out. I cannot do accounting, internal audit, forensic investigation, tax consultancy. The accounting field is so wide. So you need to specialize, stand out. When you just get started, it's okay to be a generalist. Of course, when we started as accountants, we are looking for where to stand out. We're looking for where to patch on. Of course, it's okay to start at that. But to build actually a strong brand, you need to find a specific area of focus. Instead of just saying, I'm an accountant, you could say that I specialized in forensic accounting for financial institutions. You see, that's a specialization. That's a niche. Or instead, you could say, I do tax. Say, I focus on cryptocurrency tax compliance. You see, this specificity makes you memorable. It makes you memorable. There are countless possible specializations, from auditing and taxation to ESG reporting, data analytics, business advisory, so many. Find what excites you and dig deep into it. Find what excites you, very importantly, and dig deep into it. Know so much about it. This is very, very important. Step 3 is to define your brand. Now, this third step is to align your passion with your profession. This is where you find the sweet spot. You see, where your skills, your passion, and the market needs intersect. This is what makes your brand authentic and unique. So, for example, if you're a real estate enthusiast, a lot of people like real estate. Anything about building excites them. Now, you also like accountancy. If you're a real estate enthusiast, you could focus on real estate accounting. If you're a fitness advocate, you like getting fit, gymming and all that, you could teach a Zumba class at a conference to get people energized. Or a writer could blog about complex accounting topics if you like writing. You see, these connections create natural conversation starters. They create natural conversation starters. So when you bring your personal passions into your professional life, it actually fosters ongoing satisfaction and actually truly sets you apart from the crowd. It actually sets you apart from the crowd. This is very, very important. Now, this brings us to the crucial principle, talking about the authenticity principle. You have to be real. Be real. I'm not talking of being perfect. You cannot be perfect, but try to be real. Authenticity is actually your competitive advantage. It cannot be faked. You see, people connect with people, not with polished robots. So I encourage you to actually share genuine insights, even if they are a little bit different. Share genuine insights. Share both your wins and your learning experiences. Share your failures. When I shared my experience on ICANN, some people were like, wow, so this is what you went through ICANN to pass your exams. Yes. I don't only share the English I speak in tutoring you AAAF or case study. A lot of people, this guy speaks very brilliantly and all that. I went through challenges to pass the same exam. In fact, it got to a point, Mala Abdurrahman Yusuf was like, come, this thing is taking you too long to pass. What's the problem? Exam of how many diets you are already, how many, But you see, I shared these experiences and it helps somebody that it's in the same ditch to stay on. So you have to be real. That authenticity principle in building your brand is very important. You can't portray yourself as a flawless or a perfect person. You're not a flawless person. You have imperfections. And the same thing your audience have, it resonates with them. So when you share those experiences, somebody that is about to give up will be like, oh, if this guy that I think is a mentor or I look forward to went through this, I can stay on. Now, that authenticity principle will resonate with whoever you shared it with. Help them stand up and also get value from what you've shared. So share both your wins and share both your experiences. Share your failures. That makes you authentic. Very important. Also, be consistent with your values. Be consistent with your values. Don't copy other people's content or pretend to know everything. I don't know everything. and you can never know everything. You see, people see right through if you're lying or you're actually copying somebody or you're pretending to know everything. People see that. You see, the easy route will be to simply copy what you like, but your authenticity is what will attract the right opportunities to you. Be authentic, be real. It's very important for your brand. Be real. Don't portray yourself to your audience as Mr. Perfect. When I come to the AAAF platform or the case study, some of you that are my students or some of you that are my colleagues, we share some thoughts for exams. I learn from you. If I don't know something, I'll be like, come, somebody should share some thoughts. I'm not sure of this. Be real, be real. You can't know everything. You may know some things, but you can never know everything. So it's very important to be authentic in building your brand. So let's look at the practical tips on building our brand. Practical tips, number one, is to develop expertise. That's the first practical tip. Develop your expertise. How do you become an expert? First is to choose your niche. Which areas did you like? For me, I love internal audits. I love risk. I love compliance, internal controls. So choose your niche. Secondly, you deepen your knowledge in that niche through reading, through research, through training. Very important. So first, choose your niche. Secondly, deepen your knowledge through reading. You see, readers are leaders. There is a very, very humiliating saying by the whites that if you want to hide something from a black man, keep it in a book. That's very humiliating. And that's what keeps a lot of people behind. Lack of reading. You need to read. You need to read. To communicate well, you need to read. So it's very important to deepen your knowledge in whatever niche you've chosen. Read and research and train. All of the good leaders, all of the mentors I know, all of the colleagues I know that are very good, that influence me, are good readers. Whether online, digital, or hard copy, they are very good readers. They research. They want to know more. So it's very important to deepen your knowledge in that niche, that area you're developing. Thirdly is to apply what you learn by seeking relevant work experience. Seek relevant work experience. So most of us on the call are already working, or you're on internship, or you're writing the ICANN exam. You need to get experience. How on the job experience works, what it takes to do the job hands-on. You need to learn by seeking relevant work experience. Fourthly is to share your knowledge. You see, sharing your knowledge is very important. Teaching is one of the best ways to reinforce your own learning. So share your knowledge freely. Share it. One of the best things I would say happened to me is tutoring. It has helped me, it has helped broaden my horizon. It has helped me share my knowledge. It has helped me also learn. You see, the more you teach, the more you learn. So please share your knowledge freely. It's one of the best ways to reinforce your own learning. And finally, stay current, because our industry changes. The accountancy industry changes constantly. Stay current. And also, not just for ICANN, consider additional certifications like the Certified Fraud Examiner exams. If you're into internal audits, the Certified Internal Audit or Internal Auditor exams that is being conducted by the Institute of Internal Auditors globally, or the Certified Information System Auditors exams, or technological certifications, forensic certifications, every certifications that will boost you additionally to your primary ICANN, please go for it. ICANN is actually our foundation, but you see, your personal brand will open new doors that your qualification alone cannot open. So please take note of that. Your personal brand will open new doors that your qualifications cannot open. It's very important to take note of it. Practical tip number 2, maintain professional integrity. Practical tip number 2, maintain professional integrity. You see, for us, integrity is not just not a just nice to have something you could just shop or a choice. For accountants, is the foundation of our entire profession. We are trusted advisors, and our reputation capital is our most important professional currency or certification. So our reputation capital is very important for us. Integrity is non-negotiable. It means never compromising your ethical standards. Always be transparent in your communication. Acknowledge your mistakes when you make them. Of course, we are humans, we make mistakes. Then you learn from them. You see, a reputation that is built over the years can be damaged in minutes. So you need to guard your reputation fiercely. Guard your reputation very, very fiercely. Practical tip number 3 is share your knowledge. Share your knowledge. Very importantly. Tip number 3, share your knowledge. This is how you create visibility and demonstrate value. There are so many ways to do this. One of the pivotal ways is to engage on LinkedIn. You see, LinkedIn is a professional platform I love. You see, writing articles for professional publications, mentoring junior colleagues at work and on community platforms, also speaking at conferences or hosting webinars like I'm doing now, and maybe lunch, speaking with a colleague, learning with a group. These are ways you share your knowledge. I think somebody is not muted. Please, if you're not muted, please kindly do that so that I don't get distracted. Thank you. So, these are ways to share your knowledge. Share it freely. It's very important. Get started, or getting started is actually the hardest part. I can testify that before I got started some years back, it took me time. But getting started is the hardest part. And a simple way to begin is to share an interesting article with your own perspective, whether on LinkedIn or on a WhatsApp group. Share it. Recap maybe a conference you attended with key takeaways. Share it. Start small. On LinkedIn, I have a daily post, and I've been doing that since last year. I post every day. One thought on risk, one thought on compliance, one thought on internal controls, internal audits, external audits. I must share one post per day. You may not start from that. I built that over time. I started from one post a month, one post a week, and now I'm on one post a day. Committedly, consistently. If you go to my wall, you'll see it. The dates, risk month, I stratified my post into months. So there's month for risk, there's month for compliance, there's month for internal audits, there's month for external audits. So I stratify them month by month, and I have the post as generated based on what I asked AI to do for me. So you have AIs to help you do that. You don't have to crack your brain to post every day. You just share the thought. AI will give you what you want, the insight you want to share, polish it for you, and you post with pictures. So sharing these articles will help you to build a community. It will help also you to also get yourself grounded on that subject. So please start small. Even if it's once a month, post something. Add significant impact to somebody. Solve somebody's problem. What you post could add value. Somebody will be like, oh, I didn't see it in this light. You just solved the problem. And that's what life is all about, contribution. So start with one post a month. You gravitate, you grow towards it to one per week. And you can do daily as much as you have the strength. So that makes you make significant impact over time. Significant impact over time. This is very important to take note of. All right. So LinkedIn is your professional showcase. Now let's talk about the most significant platform for building your brand as a professional. In my opinion, LinkedIn it is. LinkedIn is that platform that gives you the visibility. There are others, but LinkedIn, in my opinion, is the most important. So you need to think of LinkedIn, or think of your LinkedIn profile as your digital storefront. Your digital storefront. There are several must-haves for a complete profile for LinkedIn. So if you have not started, start considering starting on LinkedIn. Number one is a professional headshot, a compelling headline that goes beyond your job title, where you showcase your value. A keyword-rich summary that tells your story. A detailed experience highlighting achievements, not just your duties, but your achievements in the workplace or the workspace. And also recommendations from your colleague. You see, there's a pro tip here. 39% of companies use social media to screen candidates. So please use LinkedIn to your advantage. Like I said, my current job or current place of employment, I was reached out to on LinkedIn. So when somebody looks up or looks you up, make sure they find exactly what you want them to see. And that's what LinkedIn is all about. If somebody types Gabriel Josiah, what will he see on LinkedIn or on Facebook? So when somebody looks you up, when an employer is searching for maybe an internal auditor or a professional accountant, you should pop up as an option. You should pop up as an option. Somebody reached out to me some 3-6 months back. Wow, we love your profile on internal audits. Can you be an internal audit for so? And I asked him, okay, all right, what are you looking at? He said, I'm in the hospitality industry. I need an internal auditor in the northern region to help facilitate. I said, okay, what's your budget? And when he told me the salary, I said, oh, well, I'm above that range you're talking about, but I can recommend somebody. And I recommended a colleague or somebody that his salary range was not up to what I was currently earning. So you see, leveraging social media is very important. A lot of people will say there are no jobs. It's hard to get accounting jobs. It's hard to get jobs. You're not leveraging the right platforms. I remembered immediately we graduated, myself and Mr. Abdurrahman Yusuf from the university, we were going from post office to post office posting. If he remembers, if he's still on the platform, yes, he's still on the platform. We're going from post office in Zaria to post office posting. It got to a point where we're using smartphone, this Nokia, to share thoughts share our CVs. Oh, yes, sir. Sir, you're there. Please go ahead. Share some thoughts on that. You can unmute. I can see your hands are up. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hello, thank you very much. I hope this is not going to delay the presentation.
No, sir. Please go ahead.
I recall what you're talking about. You know, I used to ask the young accountants that are saying there are no jobs or they need to start the business because the current certificate is not earning them some. So I recalled that immediately after we graduated and finished, in fact, before we finish our NYC, there was a time we did a kind of stock taking of how many applications we have submitted, and we are counting almost over 100 applications, because it doesn't really cost you anything to apply, but it costs you a lot for not taking an action. And before you know it, I believe none of us stayed up to 6 months at home. Already got something after graduation. So that is something to really actually count on. Thank you. Over.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So you could hear firsthand on that. We didn't stay up to 6 months. In fact, 3 months, we were already getting offers. Why? Because we were leveraging on what was available at that time. So currently, post office may not work, but LinkedIn is there. LinkedIn is there. So go there. There's no day I don't go on LinkedIn. Just like there's no day I don't read my Bible or I don't pray. As a Muslim, you know, every day you pray 5 times. As Christians, you pray. There is no day I don't go on LinkedIn. You're looking for opportunities. If you're looking for opportunities, you want visibility, you can't stay and be watching football or playing draft, chatting with friends on WhatsApp, going on Instagram, going on Facebook and maligning people, insulting people. That's not how to get a job. Yes. Sir, you are laughing. It's true now. You go to Facebook and you see, he was saying something, we're sharing some thoughts, and Mr. Brahma Yusuf was saying, he said, Gabriel, if you go to social media and see how people insult people's faiths, he said, you pity this world, you pity the country. It's true. All those things are not for you. Just pass. What you're looking for is professional visibility, how to add value, become a person of value. Not to go and be maligning somebody's faith, insulting this one, insulting that one. They post something about maybe your ethnic or favorite politician, you react. That's not how to get a job. So please, strategically use some of these platforms like LinkedIn to really leverage to get what you want. We are practical testimonies. This is my 5th current employment. Amala Abdurrahman Yusuf too, I think this is his 4th or 5th employment. In fact, I can say here, he works in several places. Why? Because of opportunities that are just coming to him. He's not working one job, if I can testify. Maybe he's working up to 4 jobs currently as I talk. But some people are still looking for one. because that's not what you're looking for. You're just socializing on social media, wasting data. So I urge you as professional colleagues, leverage on these opportunities. Use LinkedIn to look for what you're looking for. You need a job, be tenacious about it. Go and like every page of any company you like to work for. Look for careers at emails and be sending your CVs. That's how you see, that kind of ferocious search gets you what you want. Be consistent about it. This is very important. This is very important. I needed to dwell on that, and I'm glad my senior colleague has shared some thoughts on that. All right, so let's move on. And now, so you ask yourself, what should you post on LinkedIn to build your authority, to build authority in that field? What should you post on LinkedIn? Please share educational content, insightful commentary on industry developments, and even your personal stories that convey valuable lessons in the workspace, your experiences. Share them freely. It will resonate with somebody. It will guide somebody on what the person is going through. You see, engagement is also key. A good strategy is to comment on 5 people's posts for you, or for every one post you publish. Share genuine interest in others' insights. Share posts. When you see posts, you comment on them. When somebody comments on your post, also try to respond. If I post something and it resonates with you and you comment, I will go and appreciate what you said. You see, that's how to engage. That's how to engage. Engagement is key. And remember that consistency is also key. Even one thoughtful post per week or per month, like I said, done consistently will make a far bigger impact than a flurry of posts and then maybe you go silent after a month. It's very important to take note of that. Consistency is key. Next is try to clean up your digital presence. Before you start sharing, it's time to do a digital audit. Clean up your digital presence. If you've gone to Facebook and insulted people, insult Christians, insult Muslims, insult any faith, please go and clean it off. Go and delete it. Hiring managers look at your online profile. They are looking for a professional image, good communication skills, great references. They are not looking for red flags. Somebody that will go and be insulting the prophet, great prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam of Islam, or insulting Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, or insulting Buddha, or insulting somebody, a revered image in a faith. That's not who professional employers are looking for. They are not looking for bigots, people that don't have value for other people's, don't have respect for other people's faith or other people's posts. Go and clean up, please. Hiring managers are looking for respectful people. So clean up, very importantly. And if they see red flags, inappropriate photos, criticism of workers or employers, or indiscriminately remarks about companies, then you see you have a problem. So please clean up your digital presence. And the action items for you is that Google yourself after this webinar and see what comes up. Type Gabriel Josiah, what comes up? Type your name on Google, what comes up? Which link did they refer you to on Facebook, on Instagram? Maybe one of your posts, you've said something very derogatory about somebody. That's how to do your digital cleanup. Google yourself, check out what comes up, remove or private any inappropriate content you find about you. Remove it. Also set up a Google alert for your name so you could know what is being said about you. If you go and tag me on Facebook with one useless post, I will remove that tag and I will block you. I don't want to be known for a negative image publicly in social media. I will untag you and I will block you. So try to also maintain professional boundaries online. Maintain professional boundaries. There are boundaries. I don't insult people. I don't talk about indiscriminate. I make my post and I am clear on my boundaries. So please, as professionals building our brands, we must maintain professional boundaries. This is very, very important. Practical tip number 4 is it's continuous learning. Invest in continuous learning. That's our fourth practical tip. Is to this cannot be overemphasized. Continuous learning is non-negotiable. As we saw in the pillars, or in these pillars on the screen, your professional development roadmap needs to cover several areas. Of course, technical areas around certifications and courses, very important. Some of you are going through the rigors of the ICANN examination, very important. Next is soft skills. You need to continuously learn on communication. Every day I learn how to communicate better. How do I communicate better? How do I share my thoughts better? How do I make people understand me better? How do I present my report on my internal audits and the board or management stakeholders will understand me? Continuously learn how to do that. Soft skills on communication, leadership, presentation, go for them. This is very key. Learn about it. There are a lot of resources on YouTube, a lot of resources on LinkedIn you could leverage on to build capacity on that. So continuous learning is very important. On technology, AI and data analytics, so many AI packages I'll see and I'll learn from Mr. Mala Abdurrahman Yusuf. He'll send them to me. Did you see what this AI is doing? It will help you do your content like this. It will help you do like this. So please leverage on this. Get close to people that know these things so they could teach you. Converse with them. I have a selective way of friendship. My friends are not up to 10. People I call friends, they are not up to 10. The 10 palms of my finger or my fingertips. If you ask me to call my friends now, I don't have 10 of them. But the few ones I have are value people. If I talk to them now, they will spark up a mental process of reasoning. Something that would make me grow very importantly. So engage friends that would add value to you, not people that would drain you, not people that say, let's go and watch ball, let's go and play draft, let's go and do betting. Those are not friends. Friends that would push you to your goal are friends you should engage. It's very important. So industry knowledge on trends and regulations, learn about it. Technology, AI, data analytics cannot be overemphasized. Learn about it. Networking, events, attend. If you have somebody you admire, seek for mentorship. A lot of people have reached out to me, and by grace, I've tried to see how to mentor them. And I'm also having people I look up to that mentor me. Somebody like Mala Abdurrahman Yusuf is like a brother, but I see him as a mentor. He mentors me in a lot of things. So remember, from where you are now to where you ultimately want to be might require additional education and also strategic positioning. Then try to set smart goals, specific goals, measurable goals, achievable goals, relevant goals, and make them time bound. Set these goals to guard your learning. Set these goals to guard your learning. It's very, very important. Practical tip number 5 is build meaningful relationships. And this is the final tip. Build meaningful relationships. We're talking about networking here. Networking is not about collecting business cards or selling yourself. It's a transactional activity if it's done wrong. That's what networking is about. You see, effective networking is about building genuine relationships, offering value to others, fostering long-term connections based on mutual trust. I've known Mala Abdurrahman right now, right from 2004, and this is 2026. I've known him, and that relationship is still there. So build meaningful relationships with people. I have several others like that. You see, when you network, practice your introduction with your colleague, research your audience before an event, focus on human element, and always follow up with personalized messages when you network. It's very important. So effective networking is very key. It's very important to take note of this as the final tip. Now, how do we practice networking? How do we do this in practice? Before an event, you need to research the attendee list. So know the dress code if it's a physical event. Set a goal like, I would like to connect with 3 new people, and prepare maybe your elevator pitch on what to say, how to say it, how to introduce yourself. Then during the event, arrive early for maybe one-on-one conversations. Listen more than you speak. If you observe me, if I sit with people that I know are better than me, or even not better than me, I try to listen more. Except you ask me for something, I won't speak. Try to listen more during events, ask thoughtful questions, exchange contacts, And that's how you make real connection with people of value. Then after the event, this is where the magic happens. Send a personalized follow-up message to those contacts, referencing something specific from your conversation. Or you connect to the person on LinkedIn with a note. Nurture that relationship over time. Nurture that relationship over time. Networking can happen anywhere. What you are looking for is value. Don't be a religious boycott. Don't say, I must network with Christians. I must network with Muslims. I must network with Hindus. No. You see, you limit yourself in building knowledge. Great products, great proponents of products. When you hear Dangote, Dangote does not sell cement to only Muslims. Dangote is a Muslim, but he doesn't sell cement to Muslims. He sells to the world. So if you want to make global impact, apartheid and all these, this one is a Christian, this one is a Muslim, this one is Igbo, this is English, this is black, that's all rubbish. You would be limited by that. Broaden your horizon. Network with anybody that you can get value from. Even if it's an atheist. I have some atheist people that don't believe in God. They are on LinkedIn. But I've got some things from them on risk, compliance, that has added value to me. So you'll be utterly limited if you introduce apartheid, if you introduce cynicism in your quest to connect, in your quest for learning. Network with anybody. Get value and build yourself. Very important. All right, so let's look at some real life examples to show you what networking visibility looks like in practice. Let's look at a real life example. Now, this is the story of a young accountant who started practicing or sharing practical insights on audit, risk management, and financial reporting on LinkedIn. You see, the results were transformative. Recruiters started recognizing that person's expertise. Employers took notice. Industry professionals remembered them. Job opportunities, consulting engagements, and even speaking invitations started coming their way. You see, as this person said, I gained 1,000 followers overnight. I didn't want to post, so I was very much overthinking at the beginning. Now, the clear lesson is clear, or the lesson here is clear. Starting is often the hardest part, but it can be career defining. Starting is actually the hardest part, but it can change your career indefinitely. I can tell you that. So please start from somewhere. Go to that LinkedIn, build a page, and start. Build a page and start, very importantly. Another story is not just for seasoned professionals. This is for you, maybe upcoming ICANN chartered accountants in making right now. Take Oluwadamilola Alabi, an ICANN AAT certified student who shared her authentic story on LinkedIn. She embraced vulnerability and visibility, and she has core interest in forensic accounting, in auditing and taxation. Her key insight is one I want you to all remember. She said, I've realized that growth happens outside our comfort zones. I can tell you I agree with her absolutely. It's not easy to wake up early in the morning and be posting. It's not easy. My Oga Maladrama used to say, Josiah, how do you do this thing? Every day you post on LinkedIn. You are trying though. Is it that you don't have work? You know, but you see, it's work. Growth happens outside our comfort zones. You can't be lying on the bed, chatting on WhatsApp, Instagram. No, that's not how to grow. While technical expertise is essential, cultivating meaningful relationships and fostering strategic connections are equally important. That's what she said. So, you see, this is a proof that it's never too early to start building your brand. Authenticity resonates with audiences, and you can build visibility long before you are even fully qualified as a chartered accountant. So please start. From these testimonies, please start building your brand. Now, what personal branding can do for you is what we'll look at. You can ask, what are the tangible benefits of all this work on personal branding? First, you get increased professional visibility. Some of you will never meet me. I will never meet some of you If not, maybe the ICANN AAF platform or case study or LinkedIn. I will never meet some of you in this life. But you see, I was visible. Somebody told you about me. Oh, that guy is good. He knows how to teach audit. He knows how to teach case study. And you came on the platform. That's visibility. So first, you get increased professional visibility. People know who you are and what you stand for. Now you become a go-to resource. You become a go-to resource. So first, you need to increase your professional visibility. Secondly, you get enhanced career opportunities. Like I've shared, my current job and several job offers come from that visibility. Some of us don't know people. I'm not privileged to have high and mighty. I came from a very humble background. So we don't know this high and mighty where they recommend you to this senator. I got a job in my last place of employment, a healthcare job. And a friend called me, he said, come, which senator do you know? I said, I don't know any senator, it's only God. He said, how can you get such a high profile job in this Nigeria where it's refer, know me, I know you? Visibility. I saw that job advert on LinkedIn, and immediately I not on LinkedIn, I beg your pardon, on either Hot Nigerian Jobs or my job mag. And I applied for the job. I applied for the job in an hour. The HR replied me and they closed the employment portal. Immediately they replied me that they were interested in me. They closed the employment portal. How did I know? It's because I was searching for the job. I didn't see it after I applied. That's what visibility does. It enhances career opportunities. If you're from a poor background like me, somebody that don't have people or you don't have this person to send you to for recommendations, it's your visibility, your competence that will get you into the room or rooms where you will never get to. Your visibility, because it will create employment opportunities for you, job offers, promotions, consulting, speaking engagements will come to you rather than you chasing them. So that's what personal branding can do. Thirdly is your credibility and trust. You strengthen that, or your credibility and trust are strengthened. You see, your reputation precedes you. People trust your expertise before you even open your mouth. That's what personal branding does. Fourth is you have a competitive differentiation. You stand out from others with similar qualification. And fifth is you position yourself as a thought leader, someone who influences the profession and shapes its conversations. This is very, very important. So measuring your impact is what we'll look at next as we begin to round up. So how do you know if your brand is working? It's very simple. You track your quantitative metrics. For example, on LinkedIn, you check your impressions, your followership. You could see that I shared on some of the platforms, if you are there, how I got 4,000 followers, 4,000 connections. That's how you track your progress. That's how you track if your brand is working. Check your followership, check your article views. Check the number of job inquiries you receive. Are you getting job alerts? That's how you check if your brand is working. But equally important are also qualitative factors. You're being asked to speak at events. People are reaching out to you for advice. How do I reach out? How do I do this? I need advice on this interview. I need advice on this course. You also get board invitations or simple comments like, I like your post. You see, that's how your brand is working. The true measure of success is the feedback that shows you are making a difference in other people's careers. When I started tutoring, some of the comments I get from people gets me into tears. I begin to cry. They be like, this paper has kept me for years. You just came and you demystified it. You see, those are things money cannot buy. It gets me emotional. And I begin to cry that small me as dull as I am, I can contribute something that will make somebody ace this paper. I mean, that feeling you cannot get. Money cannot buy it. Fulfillment. You see, the true measure of success is that feedback that shows you are making a difference in the lives of other people's career. I've shared how Mala Adrumaran Yusuf, I will have just continued as a marketer in, we humorously used to say Almajirenchi in Adama without knowing about ICANN. But somebody told me, come and do ICANN. And that changed my career trajectory forever. So make a difference. Help somebody with advice, help somebody with their career, help somebody solve a problem. And that is what life is about. Be a contributor. Very importantly. So common mistakes to avoid in branding, common mistakes. Now, while you're building your brand, it's very important to avoid some common pitfalls. Avoid being inconsistent across platforms. Avoid being inconsistent. Avoid it. 1 month post, if you want to consistently post once a month on any platform, do that. But avoid being inconsistent. 1 week per post, 1 day, please be consistent. Very importantly. Number 2, don't copy others. You see, if you copy people, it lacks authenticity and credibility. Try to be original. Next is oversharing or posting irrelevant content that can be a turn-off. LinkedIn is a professional platform. By the time you go there and be posting scriptures about religion, I mean, there's no sync between it. So post relevant posts. You can go to Facebook and be posting your religious stuff. I do that. But LinkedIn is professional. So stick to that professional platform and post only professional things on that place. Oversharing and posting irrelevant content can be a turn off. So avoid it. Don't just post without engaging also. Networking is a two-way street. And above all, avoid being inauthentic. Avoid being inauthentic. And remember, branding is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Sprint are all these 100 meters, but marathon, 5,000 meters. So it's a long-term thing. Don't give up too soon. Don't give up too soon. So you need to consistently do it. Currently, every year, I have the yearly plan for posting. Yearly plan. So every day, I won't be thinking, okay, what will I post on LinkedIn? It's already there. I've asked AI to give me a yearly plan based on my thoughts. So the thought I'll post tomorrow is already there. It's waiting for me. Yearly plan. So avoid inconsistency. It's very important. All right. So next thing is to get started. You see, your personal brand's action plan, you have to start. You will not just listen to this webinar and be like, oh, Gabriel spoke very well. We enjoyed it. What are you taking home with? What are you going home with in this webinar? Not just, I enjoyed it. He spoke well. He spoke English. He presented the thing well. Good. So what value did you get? And what are you going to do about your own brand? Because I'm consciously building my brand. We're all in the same game. So it's very important to get started today. Let's get started. So you could have an 8-week action plan. And week 1 could be you define your brand. Reflect on why. What are your values? What niche, what area of accountancy or profession do you want to leverage on? Reflect on your values. So this first week, we are going into second week, define your brand. Very importantly, that's the action plan I'm putting up to you. I encourage you, define your brand. Number 2, or the next week, 3 and 4, clean up and optimize. Clean up your digital presence. If you have gone to say trash about people's faith, please go and clean it up. Google yourself. Clean up your social media and please try to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So clean up, number 2. Number 3, or week 5 and 6, you can start sharing. Create your first LinkedIn post. Join professional conversations, discussions. Start networking. So week 5 and 6, start sharing. Then week 7 and 8, you can build consistently. Establish a regular posting schedule and track your engagement. You don't need to brainstorm. Post it on AI. Ask ChatGPT. Ask DeepSeek. Ask Gemini. Several AI packages. You want to post on finance. You want to post on accounting. You want to post on internal audit. Give me a plan. What can I post? And you see marvelous things you love. So you don't have to do that by breaking your brain. AI is there to support you. It will leverage your prompts. Give it prompts, leverage on that, and have stuffs to post. Very important. And as you do this, it helps to set a SMART goal on this getting started we spoke about. An example goal is, I would like to build my brand as a tax specialist by posting 1 LinkedIn article per week for the next 3 months. You see, that's a goal. Sharing insights on maybe current tax developments and engaging with at least 3 posts per week from other professionals in the field. You see, that's very good. That's a goal. So you could use this framework to set, as you can see on the screen, specific, measurable, relevant to your why, and has a clear timeline. A goal that does not have a timeline is a mere wish. So set a goal that has a clear timeline and a deadline. This is very important. All right, so the role of ICANN. Finally, don't forget to leverage our professional body. Yes, please.
Yeah. I didn't really get the last statement you made on prompts to be used on the AI tools. I don't know if you could drop it.
Okay, you didn't get the thoughts I shared on the AI tools you could use to leverage on these posts?
Yes, the prompts, yes.
Okay, the prompts. Oh, okay. And maybe we could DM on that. We may not be able to add sample of the prompts. Okay. So we could DM after the call. Help you with the AI post. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so next is the role of ICANN. Most of us are either we are all members of ICANN as students or as associates, and I only know of my Oga, who is a fellow on the call, Mala Abdurrahman Yusuf. Finally, don't forget to leverage our professional body ICANN. You see, your ICANN designation is actually a powerful credential that adds instant credibility to your brand. When you say ICANN, this person is ICANN, a lot of people turn and look at you. One day I was at the airport at Lagos. I was coming from an engagement and I wore the ICANN t-shirt, our national conference. And the way some of those attendants at the airport were behaving, like, they've seen somebody, that's what ICANN does, that prestige. So you need to leverage on it. It provides you with networking events, MCPD or CPD opportunities, and access to conferences and publications. You can even contribute to ICANN journals and newsletters to share your expertise. So please leverage your professional body. Your ICANN membership is the foundation for your brand, whether as a student or as an associate. It's a network to leverage and also a source of continuous learning. This is very, very important. So finally, key takeaways from our webinar before we go into the Q&A session. Number one is your brand is your professional reputation. Build it intentionally. Don't forget that. Number two, key takeaways. Qualifications alone are not enough. Visibility and credibility matter just as much. Very importantly. Number three is authenticity is your competitive advantage. Be real, be consistent. Very importantly. Number four is start small and build. Even one post a month will make a difference. So start small. Number five is network to build relationship, not just to collect somebody's contacts.